wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. It is Friday. It's time for SmackDown. That's Dalitha. I am Travis.
Yay, SmackDown.
Thank you so much for joining us. And if you're new, if you're just hanging out there, make sure you're subscribing. Because we're cool like that.
Totally.
Cool as the other side of the pillow.
Totally awesome.
But I'm sure you guys already knew that.
Totally awesome. Whatnot stuff. Yeah, coolness. They're giving us some stuff that happened last week or whatever.
It looks like it's just last week's recap.
Yes, we do have some people in the chat. We've got Sophie in the chat. We've got Aaron. We have Desmond Day. We have Ian with us tonight. We have Chris out there and Walter. Hey, everybody. How's it going? How's everybody's start to their 4th of July weekend out here in the States? Anybody got plans? If you are, be safe out there. You know, don't start fires and all that good stuff. Sophie says right now I could see Biggie or Riddle winning Money in the Bank. It also depends on who else is going to join that match. Right. They've been teasing a Rock versus Roman feud when Roman won the Royal Rumble in 2015. Yes. Sophie also was talking about Bobby's SummerSlam opponent is up in the air right now. It could be Brock or Goldberg. Desmond just says hello. Chris says, hey guys. Ian's just saying hello. Sophie says, with the AEW Rampage time slot, I don't see that show lasting that long ratings-wise. If they do it during SmackDown, no. Is that what they're doing?
No, they're doing it after. I think if they did it during SmackDown, it'd be fine.
Oh,
if they did it at 6 or 8 p.m. Eastern, I think they'd be okay. Even 7 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, yeah.
Do it an hour before SmackDown.
Oh, yeah. That'd probably work. A little bit earlier in the day would probably be better. Walter says, happy Friday. Sunday is July 4th. It is. He also said, hey, Travis and Dalitha, Friday SmackDown. Yes. Aaron said, I think it's going to be Brock because apparently the plan is to have Goldberg versus Riddle. Interesting. Desmond says, pretty good. I am going out of town tomorrow. Sweet. Well, if you're going out of town, of course, be safe. Travel safely wherever you are going. Make sure you pay attention. In our area, they call it the 100 Days of Death.
Yeah,
in
these 100 days, more people die than the rest of the year.
In our area. I don't know if that happens everywhere, but there's a lot more car accidents and stuff like that in our area during this time of the year. So if you are traveling, please be safe and watch what you're doing.
Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Let's see, as Chris says, the party starts tonight in the U.S. Oh, yeah? Sweet. And everyone is going to be crazy tonight because the Forever Purge movie. Oh, God, that sounds insane. I hope people don't really take those movies seriously. I mean, I know that some people are like, yeah, sweet, let's kill everybody. But
I watched
cool.
a Frank and Morty or whatever that show is. I can't remember what it was called. With McKenna. And they had the Purge one. They were on a separate universe.
Oh.
Everybody was killing everybody.
Yes. Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
That's close.
You were very close. You got one name right, for sure. We have Indar Paul in the chat. Hey, Indar, how's it going? I take it that you are probably from a different country.
Fantastic name, though.
Yes. Chris says, and everyone is going to be crazy. Walter says, going to watch fireworks on TV or park close this weekend. It's close this weekend. Yes. A lot of places around us are having their...
I got a new drone, so I'm going to launch mine and let it hover while the big fireworks show's going on.
As it gets hit by one and dies and gets burned. So in our area, they're actually doing most of their fireworks shows and parties on Saturday night. And then there's a couple of places around us on the other little cities are doing it on Sunday. So in all reality, we could go to like multiple parties if we really wanted to. But we're not. We're not going to go anywhere. We're just going to have some fireworks here on Sunday.
When I was a kid. Oh, look at it. It's Edge.
Yeah, he did come out, by the way. Edge is out there talking, if you haven't realized that yet, everybody. As Desmond said, Edge. Yes, it's Edge. Let's see.
He looks like my cousin Adam.
A little bit, huh? Anas is in the chat. Hey, Anas says, hi. I told you Drew McIntyre won last chance, and I told you Edge will get revenge on Roman Reigns. Ooh.
Will he take the title, though?
Told us everything. Raleigh is in the chat. Hey, Raleigh says, hi, Dalitha, Travis. Hope tonight's show good. Kevin Owens versus Sammy should be good. Hoped KO wins. Massive KO fan. Yeah, and it's a qualifying for Money in the Bank match. But I thought somebody had already qualified, so it's really weird, right? Like they're doing a redo, which is so weird to me. So Walter says Edge starting the show. Yes, Sophie says, too bad we never got that rumored tag match with Edge Christian versus Jay and Roman Reigns that they teased for the pay-per-view before WrestleMania.
Obviously, he's gone a little bit further, but when it wasn't as long, the beard.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah, a little. He's a little bit fuller faced.
Uh-huh.
He has a little bit more fuller face, but yeah. That's funny.
Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, that one where he has more of a tan look to him.
I mean, Edge looks like he's anorexic, or on meth.
He looks like he's on some kind of weird drug. It's so creepy to me. Indar is from Ghana. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Is that how I say it?
Yeah, Ghana.
Ghana? Okay. Awesome. That is amazing. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. Walter says, did you hear about Jim Ross said WWE Dynamite instead of AEW? No.
That's pretty funny.
That's funny, though.
He does stuff like that all the time.
Thomas is in the chat. Hey, Thomas says, hey, guys, what's up? Not much. You know, just having some great time listening to Edge talk. Sophie says, I also live in Florida. Fantastic, Sophie. I'm sure it's very nice in Florida.
It's probably warm there.
It's very warm here, too, but not in a good way. Chris says, I'm ready.
It's supposed to be 99 tomorrow.
Ugh. Chris says, I'm ready to let freedom ring. I got my fireworks show. I got them big 500 gram of big Diablo artillery and got over 4,000 roll firecrackers and 500 count missiles.
We got a bunch of that stuff.
Yeah, I did get fountains and stuff, though, because, like, in the kids, you know, they're pretty and stuff like that, so they're not so, like, crackly and stuff.
I still have some mortars that I saved from last year.
We have mortars from last year. I did get some more mortars, but, yeah. Sophie says, do you see us getting Daniel Bryan versus Edge at some point? Haven't we had Daniel Bryan versus Edge?
No, that never happened yet.
Oh.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know.
No,
it would depend if Daniel Bryan ever comes back to actually wrestling. Remember, he had to leave, right?
He had to leave Raw.
So if he comes back to wrestling into
SmackDown,
itself,
sorry, not Raw.
You know, would he? Because Edge is on SmackDown. So Daniel Bryan had to leave there. Anas says, I think Seth Rollins will help Roman Reigns and joins him and Paul Heyman and Jimmy Uso. You really think so, huh?
Wow.
Interesting. We have Rich Lay in the chat. Hey, Rich Lay, it's nice to see you back. I think Roman will continue his reign as Universal Champion at Money in the Bank. Well, I don't think he's going to lose his title by any means, right? He looks very sad and scared. Chris says Edge looks like a long-haired Gary Busey. Sophie says, I wonder how Sting's WWE career would look like if he joined a lot earlier than he did instead of going to Impact for most of his career.
It's hard to say. I mean, I think he would have been a dominant guy, but I don't know how they would use his character. He'd have been in a tag team at some point. It'd have been weird.
Right.
But I guess he's in a tag team now.
Right. Well, Walter's like, July 16th, fans can go to live events coming up. Yes, they can. They're
Friday.
In Texas. Sophie says this is a one-on-one match that we were supposed to get at Mania this year.
Yeah. Where they ruined it by adding Daniel in there. But it doesn't matter who they added because they both lost.
Yeah. Luke's in the chat. Hey, Luke says, Luke. I think whilst will happen during Money in the Bank is I will sleep for hours.
Bedtime.
What will happen during Money in the Bank? You're like, it's not going to change anything. It's going to be the same. Same old.
Oh, things are going to change a little bit because they're going to have live fans.
Yeah.
And then we'll see where that dictates their ship because now they're not going to go by social media anymore. They're actually going to go by fans' reactions. And so we could see a big switch in everything.
True. Very true. We'll have to see what happens.
Roman's still going to be hot.
Yeah.
Like, people are going to be booing the shit out of him.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, he might get cheered.
That's true. He might get cheered as a bad guy because there was a lot of people that wanted it and wanted that turn and stuff.
And then Edge gets booed. Roman gets cheered. It's going to be like,
we don't know what to do.
They're like, oh, they're wrestling fans.
They don't know what they want. Let's tell them. Rally says, Lana was on Jericho's podcast today, said the women get no time in the ring She filmed a segment, but Vince didn't like it, so scrapped it.
Oh,
All you gotta
absolutely.
do what Vince says. Hope she goes to AEW with Miro. And she doesn't need to really do anything, and it's fine if she just never comes back to wrestling if that's what she chooses to do. But it's not really that surprising that, you know, a lot of stuff they do gets scrapped. Whether it's the women or the guys. Walter's like, hey, Luke. Chris says, so y'all have 100 days of death, huh? Well, down here in Texas, it's every 100 seconds of death.
Oh, I get it. Guarantee there's a lot of highway death there.
Oh, yeah. Thomas says, seeing that NXT UK signed B. Priestley, now known as Blair Davenport.
B. Priestley, huh? Going with Davenport. Huh.
Oh my God, it's like UK all over. I know it's UK, but it's like very UK-ish names. Like, it's like, oh, B. Priestley, now known as Blair Davenport. It's like, what?
Daphne Culpepper. Blair Davenport.
That is why I picked
It's
my
Boogs.
name. Daphne Culpepper. Anas is saying Drew McIntyre will win Money in the Bank briefcase and cash it in on Lashley or Roman Reigns.
Hear ye, hear ye.
We got some boogs. SmackDown with the boogs.
SmackDown.
So this is going to be interesting to see this happening live on SmackDown on the 16th.
It is live. You mean with
reactions?
fans?
Like with fans
they'll
and
love
people
it.
reacting. I kind of want to know what it's going to be like. I just want to hear
If
the
he
crowd.
would say the same thing every time, they would repeat it. So, like, the fans will go crazy with that.
Exactly. Like, I'm kind of interested to see what's going to happen there. Luke says, I'm now just 16 days from a huge 2-month vacation. It's so close. Right? Well, keep on keeping on, buddy. Just keep on keeping on. Walter says, boo, Paul Heyman and Jimmy Uso. Oh, come on, Walter. You know you like them. And now we have
What
King
in the world?
Shinsuke Nakamura.
What an interesting outfit.
He looks like he's ready to do some chefing.
He looks like a chess piece.
Okay, except for his top coat looks like a chef.
Look
Oh
at
my
this!
God, he is sitting!
on Michael Cole.
Oh,
He's
my
sitting
gosh.
on Michael K.
Fucking Pat
My-
McAfee.
Ah.
He is literally
Michael
sitting
Cole.
on top of Michael
Ah.
Cole. Like, sitting on him. Poor Michael Cole. He's like, dude.
Oh,
Like,
that's too much.
My back does not need this kind of work done to it.
His feet are on the announce table and his butt is
It's
on
on-
Michael Cole's neck.
On his back. Like,
Well,
on his upper
he's,
back
yeah, he's
right
bent
here.
over like this.
Oh my gosh, it's terrible. What a jerk. I mean, come on now, guy. Sophie says if The Rock does return at the Survivor Series, they should start planting seeds for it now.
Survivor
would they,
Series.
though?
That's
I mean,
kind of a
that's
weird time to do that.
kind of odd, but I mean, I don't know. Randy Sam is in the chat. Hey,
Hey,
Randy
Randy.
says, hey, Wrestling Gab. Sophie says Big E will win. NXT UK is like 205 Live. Who watches both of them?
No,
I've
honestly
never
only
seen
watched
NXT
205.
UK, and I've never seen 205.
I've watched the UK one like 3 times, I think. I watched that
did
Walter
you?
fight that he had.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't so bad against the German guy,
I
the
remember
German
you talking
immigrant.
about that.
It was a fantastic match. I watched that one.
Rally's
And I watched
like,
the week before that, and I think I watched the week after that. And that's about it.
That's it, yeah. And 205 Live, I think the only 205 stuff I've ever seen was on actual just NXT. It's the
They
only
used
time
to
I've
have it
seen
on Raw.
205 stuff at all.
They had it on Raw,
Oh, I don't. Was it on there while we've been doing this?
possibly.
I don't remember it, so that's why. Rally says you're right, Duluth. It is a very British name, haha. Right? I mean, come on now. Like, it is Blair Davenport. I mean, it's like so British. It's crazy. Thomas is like, Sammy is winning tonight and is winning Money in the Bank. It would be funny to see him win Money in the Bank. I think he would be just as much of a joker with it as The Miz. And doing stuff with it, and it would bring some credit to Money in the Bank briefcase. Some Big E out here, huh? Looks like, why does Shinsuke look like a fancy 5-star chef? I know, right? He looks like a fucking chef in that coat. Like, that outfit, I don't know about his pants, but his top thing literally looks like he should be a chef. Like, at, what is that place called where they do the stuff? We have one that's called Fuji Steakhouse, but there's the other one, Benihana's, where they, like, do the cooking stuff, like, right there in front of you. That's what he reminds me of. I'm like, why is he wearing, like, Benihana stuff for chefing? It's kind of crazy. All right. Let's see if I can get a thing. I did that one. Okay. Here's a trivia question for you guys. Who won the first Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic? Who won the first Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic? We have Maj Raju in the chat. Hey, Maj.
Hey, Maj.
How's it going? Chris says Shinsuke looks like a chef. Walter's like, cool music. Yes, the music is pretty cool. Shinsuke's music is spot on cool. Sophie says, I wonder when they are officially going to announce the return of the King of the Ring tournament. Why do they need to? When
I don't know if they're going
Shinsuke
to.
just defeated him for the kingship, and now he is
Shinsuke
him.
could be king for a while now.
And I really think that they should pick them by a woman, a lady of the lake, a watery tart. I think that would be much better
To
and
pick
more
a king.
exciting. Who would be the watery tart?
Liv Morgan.
Carmella. Who would be the
Carmella.
watery tart? Chris says I'm going to be booing Reigns because I'm going to be at SmackDown first live audience. Sweet. Do it, man. Walter's like, poor Baron Corbin. Not
But a lot of
king.
people would like to see Liv Morgan coming out of water with those silver tears that she wears, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coming up with the sword. The watery tart.
Oh, right.
And then she just throws the sword at him. It's not a system of government. Just because a watery
Chris
tart.
says now they are going to call Baron Corbin Happy Corbin because I saw
I seen
WWE
that.
filed
They-
copyright for that.
Yeah, Happy Corbin.
What the fuck? Why? What?
He's going to be some goofy, happy character.
Oh, Lord, how dumb. Walter's like Biggie and Nakamura for the win. Sophie says they should bring back the Cruiserweight division back on Raw like they did a few years ago to make Raw feel different.
Duh. They could do anything for Raw, and right now it's so different as it is that it's not. It's hard to watch.
Right. Thomas says not her choice, but I know since AEW has dropped the ball with her WWE, you might actually give her a chance.
Who is that?
That Bay, the NXT UK
Huh.
girl.
Old Bay.
B. It's B.
Yeah, it's B.
B whatever. But now it's Blair Davenport. It's such a weird name.
Oh, Blair Davenport.
Let's see. Sophie
Weighing
says,
in at 3 stones, 7 ounces, and 14 whatevers.
Sophie says Tessa Blanchard, every wrestling promotion wants her, but she hasn't decided where she wants to go to, right?
She
Maj
needs to
says,
show up somewhere so you get paid.
right? Maj says, hey, Wrestling Gab, Tony Storm is backstage tonight. Ooh, good for her.
Good
Happening
deal.
back there. I almost choked to death. All right, the answer to the trivia question is Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. That's the answer.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. The other brothers can't deny.
Yeah.
Last man standing match. That's coming up later. Apollo Crews.
And our wall says everything good. Awesome, man. That's fantastic. Sophie says, remember the first Dusty Classic where they had the main roster teams be part?
I do not.
No. Don't remember anything. Raleigh's like, I thought you meant women's match quiz questions. Whoops. That's why I repeated it just in case. I did repeat it so that it was like, you know,
The
repeated.
women's ones just happened.
And
That was the first ever that the women competed in.
oh yeah, for the I don't even know if it was called the Dusty Rhodes. I don't
Yeah.
even know. Was it called that too? Raleigh says, I lost again. I'm rubbish at quiz questions. Jeez. Sorry. Should make everybody who's British like read their stuff with a posh British accent.
He lost hundreds of thousands of dollars on his investments.
I was a wealthy man. I'm so sad now.
If you lost hundreds of thousands of dollars and you went from wealthy to poor, then you weren't rich.
Exactly.
Right? Like,
Because if you're wealthy no matter what.
wealth is
Wealth
your
is-
investments pay for what you have.
Exactly. Rich is just, hey, I have $100 in my bank account. Oops, I lost it yesterday. And now I'm poor. Just kidding. Walter's like, oh, loss of Luke's like, oh, someone Googled. Of course
Comes
they Googled.
Corbin.
But he says he's off to work, but I'll be watching. Walter's like, come on, Big E and Nakamura, win this match. And Intar says, I'm from Guana.
Corbin hasn't shaved his hair.
I don't know why.
He's going to be all dopey and mopey for a while, and then he'll turn into happy.
I don't know. He shouldn't let his hair grow out there because he's going
He's
bald.
doing it on purpose. That's his beard, too. He's saying he's unkept. He's just not happy. He's depressed.
He smells
He's not
bad.
taking care of himself.
Ew,
He hasn't
so
showered.
He smells icky. Ugh. Riley's like, that was funny reading my chat out in posh English. Ha ha. Vindicator's in the chat. Hey, Vindicator says, hi, Gabby people. How are you doing? I wish Pat would do the rest of the show on Michael. Right. Since Cole is carrying the show anyways. But is he carrying the show with Pat McAfee on his back? Because in reality, he would be carrying the show because Pat McAfee seems to make the show a little bit more interesting.
I like McAfee.
With all of his weird antics. I know a lot of people hate him, but he actually does pretty good at commentating.
He's like a fan watching wrestling.
He's very excited about it. Apollo Crews is like, oh, Nakamura, you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, Apollo Crews is going to...
I didn't know Apollo Crews was in this. So is he Baron Corbin's buddy in this?
Tag team partner, absolutely.
Okay. Sophie says every time Cesaro is in a tag team, his team gets broken up out of nowhere, like The Bar, Tyson Kidd, and Nakamura. Says, how did you guys come up with your YouTube channel? So Travis really likes wrestling. He's watched wrestling since he was a little kid, by the way. I have not watched wrestling, but, you know, we're together, so I'm just being very supportive in his decisions. And he wanted to do a wrestling channel, not necessarily a live stream at first, so he was doing, like, some, like, watches, and then he was, like, reacting, and they talked about stuff and everything. And he was like, well, you have all these wrestling talk and wrestling, you know. He's like, what's another word for talk? So he came up with gab.
Gabbing.
Lots of gabbing.
It could have been rap, which I threw up and it didn't stick.
So that's kind of how it came about in a wishy-washy way.
But we've almost been doing it for 2 years, so it's pretty good.
August will be 2 years. That's crazy. It's already almost August.
Yeah, like 4 weeks away.
Luna's in the chat. Hey, Luna, says Dalitha's looking cute tonight. Oh, thank you so much. Also, I am back from my break from YouTube. Yeah, I do deal with family in LA. Ugh, really? I bet that was a pain. It's all hot and gross there. Are you guys, like, get rolling blackouts still over there? Are they getting rolling blackouts over there in LA? And then also, are you guys like on a water shortage because of drought issues? Because that's usually what happens in California. Just out of curiosity. Okay, here's a trivia question for you. I know these might not be all up to date with everybody knowing, and they might be like really back in the past, but that's what happens in wrestling. You're supposed to know everything, right? I don't know everything, by the way. Okay, here's your trivia question. Which giant tag team was known as the Natural Disasters? Which giant tag team was known as the Natural Disasters?
Moto and his cousin.
Moto.
He's like, I like 'em big. Is that your friend with you, or is that your butt?
Raleigh says, I love Pat McAfee. He gets so excited. He's a good commentator, something different. Interesting story how you started the channel. Cool. We have Alita in the chat. Hey, Alita, how's it going?
Hey, Alita.
Let's see. Sophie says, whenever Michael Cole retires, I wonder who will replace him since they released Tom Phillips. Also says, remember the old days when Raw got postponed to a different time or something, a different day, sometimes a different day.
Maybe with the dog show. I can't think of anything that would make them change, but maybe back when they were first getting going.
Right.
I don't remember them being moved. Like a Tuesday Night Raw or a Thursday Night Raw.
Possibly, maybe, something like that. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? I don't. I have no idea. Oh my gosh, it has been so hot here. Is anybody else having like heat wave, like really bad
Heat.
like what do they call that?
Weather. Heat wave.
I guess they call it a heat wave, huh?
Polar vortex or something.
Polar vortex. I don't know. I mean, I know in the States they're kind of like, oh my gosh, they had record-breaking heat in Canada, like 114 degrees or some shit.
But it's on the coast right there. It's up through Oregon and Washington. That's all it is.
It's like 108 degrees. Like they had like a record-breaking heat in Oregon and Washington and shit like that. And it's like, oh my god.
It was supposed to come here, but it didn't. Thank goodness. Other parts of the state still got hit hard though. Like Boise was up in the hundreds.
Well, you know, it makes sense though. It's like a city, so I get that. Like even where we're at, you know, it's pretty hot in the city. Once you go out, so when I went to go get fireworks today, I drove the back roads because it's a little bit cooler than going, you know, through through town, and it was like in the crazy part of the day. So I was like, yeah, that's not happening. So Sophie says they got postponed for tennis and sometimes the dog shows.
Forgot about tennis.
Yeah, they used to have tennis on USA, huh?
Uh-huh.
I
That was
forgot
back in the
about that.
Pete
That's
Sampras days.
a long time ago, though.
NBC buys it and then puts it on their sister network.
Sister network. Awesome. Oh my goodness. All right, we're back.
Taking it right too, Big E.
Right.
Big E's like laid out.
Ooh, ouch. He's taking out all of his sad anger. Okay, so the answer to the trivia question was earthquake and typhoon. If you guessed earthquake and typhoon, you got it correct.
I did.
You did? You guessed it in your brain?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Raleigh says tennis is on. It's Wimbledon. At the moment, people go and have strawberry and cream.
Yummy.
Is that a good thing? Like, is it just strawberries with cream all over them? Because sounds really good.
Does not.
So I was listening to these books, and they're based in the UK. These books I've been listening to, and the lady who reads the books has an English accent, so that's kind of why I've been more like, yeah, I'm a little bit better at this whole English accent thing because I was listening to it for so long. But anyway, she had an iced coffee, and maybe it's a UK thing. And maybe it's just in different parts of the States, and I've never had one in our part of the state. If they don't have them here, maybe I just don't go to the right coffee houses. But they had iced coffee, but instead of using ice, like they make cold coffee stuff, right? And then they put a scoop of ice cream in it. Mm. I was like, who the hell wouldn't want that? Like, that sounds delicious. Oh, Lita's like trying to eat dinner at the same time. Oh, you're trying to eat dinner and watch us at the same time.
Did you nap so you didn't have to go off early?
Or you're going to have to go to bed early because you're too tired. Vindicator says, Travis, they're watching that hot dog eating contest on Sunday. I think it's the grossest human event creation of all time.
Isn't it weird?
You know what? I watched a whole eating competition, and it was actually quite interesting, except for the things that they had to eat.
Right. I remember when Kobayashi was the best in the world, and then we had a guy named Nathan or something. No, Nathan's the name of the hot dog contest. Joey.
Yeah, it was Joey something.
It was Joey something.
Yeah.
He was really good. Huh. I'm surprised it's not just popping in there. Chestnut. Joey Chestnut, I think was his name. And now I don't know who the best eater in the world is.
Yeah, I don't know either. But yeah, so
for hot dogs.
For hot dogs, right. Right.
Oh yeah.
His car's being towed, but it's really not probably. And why would Boogs be the one that's like, hey, by the way?
There goes his Mercedes.
Wow, that's a nice Mercedes.
That's an interesting way to tow something.
They do that. I've seen those where they pull them up onto the things and stuff like that. So, That is a very nice Mercedes. It looks like a Range Rover type.
Oh, and down.
Whatever.
The big ending.
Land
1
Rover.
and 2 and 3.
Oh, poor Corbin.
Big E Nakamura with the win.
Buttheads.
At least are using him on TV.
I mean, yes, that's cool, but still, that's horrible. Sophie says, with the ratings that AEW Dynamite got when they were on Friday nights, Tony Khan must rethink about AEW Rampage debuting on Friday, August 13th.
I agree.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, that's for sure. They're going to have to decide if that's really what they want to do. Alita says trying to eat dinner at the same time. Oh, yes, and she did get a nap in. Good deal.
Yay, I need one.
Sophie says, how did you guys meet? And he got a good one. Not that many women would watch wrestling with their boyfriends or husband. Right? Be supportive and be like, sure, I'll watch wrestling with you. I've never watched it before in my life, but sure.
Now you've watched for 2 years. Now you can't say it anymore.
I know. I'm like, I'm still like watching wrestling. But you know what? I can still kind of say I'm not like a huge fan. Like, I still think it's really weird. No matter what. So, I don't know. Do you want to tell our meeting story? Because that's what they're asking. How did you guys meet?
We went to school together.
We actually went to junior high and high school together. And we didn't really, like, know each other in school or anything. And, there's that thing called, classmates.com or something. And it was around the time that we were going to have a reunion or something.
No idea.
Anyways.
Look at Bailey.
He kind of found me on there.
Pithy.
And we started kind of emailing and stuff like that. We met. And then we kind of hung out for a little while. And then we kind of went our separate ways. And then we kind of, started talking to each other again. And then we just became a couple. So it's not really that exciting. But that's kind of how it was.
Bailey looks piffish.
Piffish. Look a little better in that striped outfit. Her horizontal stripes make her look better. Horizontal stripes usually are very complimentary to a lot of people.
I thought that was vertical stripes.
Oh, sorry, vertical. My bad.
Horizontal.
Isn't horizontal go with the horizon?
Makes you whiter.
Oh, vertical
Yeah.
stripes maybe. I don't know. I've always been told that horizontal stripes are better.
Huh.
A lot of clothes I have that are horizontal stripes look better on me, but anyways. All right, so here is a trivia question for you guys. Ready? Here you go. Who was the final WWE superstar to hold the ECW championship? Again, who was the final WWE superstar to hold the ECW championship? Let's see. Raleigh says, what do you think to AEW going to put AEW Rampage on exactly the same time as SmackDown on Fridays? I heard it of Joe DeBest a bit silly against a show that gets 1 million views. But it might take away from those views, too, if they put it on at the same time. Now, if they put it on after, it's kind of dumb, but...
I would rather it be at the exact same time than after.
Right?
For their ratings and just for the love of wrestling.
Right?
Let people go out and have fun on Friday nights.
Yeah.
Not everybody's sitting at home.
Yeah, not everybody's sitting at home. And you guys might not even be sitting at home. You guys could be off somewhere doing something and watching us, which is weird, but true. Let's see. Lieutenant...
It would start at 10 o'clock Eastern time, which is the biggest area of the United States with fans, right?
True.
Yes. That's the whole entire East Coast. All the way to, Detroit.
Yes.
Right? All the way into Michigan. That's a lot of people. More than half of their fans. So some of those might be home, but 10 o'clock on a Friday night?
Right.
People are out trying to get their wee-wees touched.
Ew. Ew.
Their
Or
private,
other
their
things.
bikini parts, they want them in somebody
Their
else's...
no-no areas. Their no-no squares.
Yeah, they want those in somebody else's mouth.
They want their no-no squares somewhere where they can be yes squares.
In somebody else's mouth. So they're not at home watching wrestling. And I mean, 1 hour maybe not so bad, but 2 hours is just too much.
Mm-hmm. Lieutenant Martha's in the chat. Hey, Lieutenant Martha says that's right. Corbin. Vindicator says Joey Chestnut is the reigning champ and most disgusting human being ever, even more than the spawn of Flair. Vindicator is not a fan of the hot dog eating contest. Sophie says, how many homes does both TNT and TBS reach?
Millions?
I mean, millions upon millions? I'm not sure.
Maybe 14 to 100? I don't know.
Lieutenant Miller says, all right, boys, take her away to the junkyard where she belongs.
There's 17 million people that have Dish Network, and there's 17 million people have DirecTV, and 13 million have Dish Network. So there's 30 million, and I'm pretty sure both of those have USA.
Right.
Or TNT and TBS.
Right. And I think that in some cases, they're included in some places where they have the rabbit ears, but not rabbit ears, but the satellite thing, the satellite antenna that you can do.
Right.
Like some of them get channels like that.
I didn't think they got those channels.
I think they get some of those channels.
Anyways, and then you've got like 2 million have Hulu, and then YouTube one has 1 point something million.
Right.
So there's, at least 35 million, I would assume, that have access to. Oh, and then there's cable. And there's a lot of people that still have cable. So you got to add another 15 to 30 million people that have cable. I don't know. You'd have to look up how many people have cable in the United States.
Right. All right. The answer to the trivia question was Ezekiel Jackson. Ezekiel Jackson. Oh, told you so. Alita says, yes, tell it again. Raleigh says, that's cute how you met. Aw, sweet, thanks. Walter's like, Bailey will lose. Raleigh says, not as piff as Liv Morgan. So cute. Sophie says, would you do this type of stream for anything else non-wrestling related?
I would.
I mean, I think I would. If it was something I was really interested in,
What I think would be a lot of fun is doing that science theater, the 3000 or whatever, where there's the puppets and they're watching a movie and they're just talking about look at this guy, That would be fun, but we'd have to get rights to like these shitty B movies that nobody would watch.
Right.
It'd be kind of fun to do.
That would be fun.
And then just sit there and bash it the whole show.
That would actually be pretty
Mystery
fun.
Science Theater is what it was called.
Yes.
Who said that Bailey didn't look as good as Liv Morgan?
Raleigh says, not as piff as Liv Morgan. So cute.
she's got a little bit more upstairs than Liv. And I think she has a little bit more downstairs than Liv. But yes, Liv has a prettier face.
Sophie says, would you do this type of... Oh, we already asked that. Alita says, Edge. Walter said Bobby Lashley. Sophie says something Jackson or Christian. Walter's like, on Monday I'll be here for Raw. Still here for SmackDown until 9:05. Yes. Vindicator says, I'm disappointed in that story only because Trav and Talitha did not meet on farmers, not ranchers, in IdahoOnly.com.
No, there was nothing like that.
That kind of stuff wasn't like something that either of us really were like, ew.
This is like 2008.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's, you gotta remember that kind of stuff just wasn't as big as it is now. Like, online dating was kind of just in its infancy. People were meeting people off the internet, but it was different. You met people like off of AOL and like Yahoo Messenger.
Yeah, those still don't even exist
anymore. I mean, shit like that. I mean, come on, guys. Like, we've been around for the whole synopsis of the internet growing. Sophie says, I could see AEW Rampage lasting a month or two, depending on what type of ratings they get. Or what, and if they move it to a different
here she comes! Best.
Oh, she called her out and she's coming. She's like, yes, bitch, yes. John Dwyer's in the chat. Hey, John says, hey, Travis Talitha. Firstly, happy 4th of July. Well, thank you. Happy 4th of July right back at you. Alita says Canada and the U.S. Sophie says, why couldn't they put AEW Rampage right after Dynamite? I think it just wouldn't work.
We don't want
3 hours. I mean, Raw's 3 hours. Nobody really likes to sit through 3 hours of Raw. I just don't think it would be very good. Walter's like, okay, Bailey in the ring, boo. Sophie says, not every cable company have USA Network or TNT or TBS.
Right.
Vindicator says, so Bailey is fully embracing that Karen haircut. Hope it at least doesn't last throughout 2021 into 2025. I think she likes it because she can, like, put stuff in the back of it, and she likes to, you know, shave things into her head. Raleigh says, God, not heard Ezekiel Jackson name for a long time. Vindicator says, I've always suggested a new chat stream with Ayla and Alita as co-hosts with Trav and Deletha called Cooking Gab. Yes.
TNT is in 89 million households.
Yeah. That's a lot. So, Vindicator says, my baby Bianca lighting the show up like a canary with her yellow outfit she got on. You're obsessed with me. Why are you so obsessed with me?
TBS is even in more. It's in 98,000. Hold on.
So, Bailey is basically the Mean Girls meme. Why are you so obsessed with me?
I'm so obsessed with her.
Well, it was like, Bill are coming to the ring. Yes. Sophie's like, do you like any superhero shows?
90 million people watch TBS. So it's the same. About 90 million for both.
Right. Makes sense. Oh.
In your head.
Why is the voice in her head? What voice is in her head? Bailey's voice? Ooh, embarrass her. Anyways, Sophie wanted to know, do you like any superhero shows?
Yeah, I like the first Captain America is probably one of my favorites of all time.
So, we used to watch, like, the shows on TV, Flash.
Oh, yeah. That was
and the Supergirl one.
Supergirl.
Those ones were pretty big that we watched years ago when they were out,
Watched
like, on
it
the CW
year
and
after
stuff.
year because McKenna was into that stuff.
Mm-hmm. So we did watch some shows like that.
Then she got too old and cool.
Right. And then, if you go back in
Whoa!
the day of
They're wrestling each other in an I Quit match.
Oh.
So Bailey's going to have to quit, huh?
What'd they do to you? I got in your head.
Oh, an I Quit match. Not an I Quit wrestling match. I Quit just means I surrender. Like,
oh, I see what you're saying. I was like, they quit wrestling forever, like stuff.
That's
I'm
what
like, damn, they're
like,
like, we're ready to get rid of Bailey. What?
They don't have any women. They can't do that.
Right?
There you go. So now she's saying she's going to quit WWE.
What the?
So a career match?
That's what she's making it into. Ooh, ouch. Sophie says, with AEW Rampage, how will that affect their two YouTube shows?
I don't know.
Really...
It could affect it. They could just start doing that as a separate show, or they could start recording one of those at the end of that show.
Right.
So when fans come, they're not just there for 1 hour. They're actually getting Dark. Because Dark's recorded on Wednesdays.
Right.
But now they could do it on that night.
True. Ravi says, what going on, fam? Is SmackDown selling it, or is it peak tonight?
It's doing all right.
It's doing okay. I mean,
Bailey looked good.
It is what it is, right? Sophie says, it seems like if you don't watch anything AEW on YouTube, you will get lost on AEW TV. That's actually not true. No. They actually keep a lot of their dark stuff kind of separate, and they keep a lot of the women's matches separate. So AEW on TV, its Dynamite show, is actually its own thing. Like, they have their own ranking system in that and everything else. Like, they do kind of help them out with their dark stuff and everything, like, that they kind of can, like, kind of go up and down. But in all reality, the stuff that you see on AEW Dynamite, you can watch that without watching the dark stuff, because we do. And we still know what's going on. Just because they have matches on there doesn't mean that it really affects what's happening on Dynamite. Every once in a while, but they'll let you know.
It's usually like the young kids or people that they're not really ready for TV yet.
Yeah.
Are on dark and their Monday show.
Mm-hmm. Ryota's in the chat. Hey, Ryota. And Ravi says Bailey looking fire tonight. Hair, makeup, and outfit looks sick still.
Yes.
She did look pretty good. Paul Heyman's laughing about whatever he decided, and now he doesn't look happy about it. Now he looks mad, angry. He's like happy but not happy.
This match is happening now?
What the? KO Sami Zayn match right
So how is this
now.
not the main event, right? It has the most importance. Yet they're going to do Jimmy against Edge in the main event.
Oh my God.
Granted,
right?
Edge is
of
the main
course.
eventer, but...
Right. Ryota says Charmed or Smallville had 3 former WCW wrestlers on the show. Nice.
That's kind of cool.
Sophie says, what would make you guys stop doing these type of streams?
4-hour wrestling in one night.
It was very
When
trying.
they were doing AEW and SmackDown back to back, it was tough. Like, I can handle pay-per-views because there's no commercials and there's really no stop in the action.
Mm-hmm.
But WWE crawls in their action. And so you got 2 hours or 3 hours of the slowness. And then, the 2 hours of quick. But it's still 4 hours. And it was tough.
Right.
Raw's hard enough because it's 3 hours of talking. Not for us. I mean, it's just the show of Raw itself. You got 40 minutes of wrestling. You got 1 hour of ads. And so you have an hour and 15 minutes of nothing.
Recaps, talking, stuff that doesn't even make any sense. It's really weird sometimes.
1 hour and 15 minutes that they don't use.
A wrestler that they could use.
Yeah.
That everybody's like, where's
now, granted,
so-and-so? Where's
I love
so-and-so?
promos. I think they should do a promo before every match or after every match. I'm all for it. So I do like the character development of promos.
Right, but it's not always promos.
But not...
the recapping. The months
an
and
hour
months
and a
of
half
recapping.
of promos compared to 30 minutes of wrestling.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah. All right, here is a trivia question for you. Who won the first season of NXT in 2010? Who won the first season of NXT in 2010? Vindicator says Bailey should quit. Nothing left to prove. Take all the other wrestlers who've been there 10 years or more with her.
Pack up your shit and leave.
And they have like 2 women left. Walter says, where's Roman Reigns talking to... Where's Roman Reigns talking to Jimmy Uso? I don't know. Walter says Kevin Owens for the win. Raleigh says, ooh, that should be good. I think Bailey might win new champ. Then Sasha Banks comes out at Money in the Bank by prediction. There you go.
There you go. That'd be fun.
Or she just if it's an I Quit match, can they be disqualified? And do they have to quit?
Yeah. Just to quitting. That's the only way to lose is to say I quit.
So if you never say I quit, then you don't have to leave.
Right. You never have to lose.
Right.
But you have to make the other person say I quit.
Alita's like, I'm telling you. And we have Raul Vlog in the chat. Hey, Raul, how's it going?
Raul.
Zoe Owens is in the chat also. Ravi says, how many times is this dead match happening again? At least 7 more times. Raleigh says, Dee's friend Edge in the main event. Raw, yes.
When they only have 4 women on their whole entire roster, you're going to see the same matches over and over. They don't have another choice. There's only 4 women.
Yeah.
I mean, they could combine 2 of those women, and they can wrestle for tag team championships. Because they do have that, right? They have the tag team champions, even though they're on both brands.
Yes.
But Tamina and Natalya are from SmackDown,
yeah.
which makes 6. But when 2 of them are already together, then you only got 4 other women. Now, if Sasha Banks comes back anytime soon, that adds a 5th. If we get a Mia Yim, that's a 6th.
Right.
But still, 6 women. I mean, seriously, can you imagine NFL if it had 6 teams? Or the NBA, or Major League Baseball, or professional soccer, right? Whatever, with 6 teams? It's like,
I don't want to watch it.
You just see the same games over and over.
Yep. Lolita says the first two I was on all the time. 4 hours. Yes, we were here too for those 4 hours. And then we weren't. Raleigh says, come on, Kevin Owens hopes he goes to Money in the Bank and wins. That would be cool, but that's me, a massive KO fan. So would say that. That won't happen, will it? Maybe not.
This is a tougher one.
The answer to that trivia question was Wade Barrett. If you guessed Wade Barrett, you got it correct. Congratulations. Sophie says, my mom only watches WWE with me only for the Royal Rumble, and that's it. Aw. And the Royal Rumble lands like a couple days before my birthday every year. Well, there you go. That's probably why your mom watches it with you, right? Raleigh says, NXT tougher enough, is it, Talitha? Mandy Rose, season 1, she won. Oh, giving it a girl, huh? Robbie says, 4 women on SmackDown, WWE defo done out here, blood. Sophie says, my mom stopped watching wrestling with me once guys like The Rock and Steve Austin left.
A lot of people quit around that time. To be honest, that's when I quit watching for a long time also.
Yeah.
Robbie, when Hogan lost to The Rock.
Right?
I was like, all right, I'm done.
No more. Robbie says NBA has been good lately. Walter said, these are hard. Sometimes they are. I'm sorry.
Did he just say the NBA has been good lately? Like over the last...
Robbie says NBA has been good lately.
Because of the playoffs? I mean, I think there's only 4 teams left.
Right? Sophie says, my birthday is February 2nd. Cool.
Nice.
Robbie says, who's Wade Barrett?
I've got some bad news.
Raleigh says, Sophie won Wade Barrett. Sad fact, I'm from where Wade Barrett is from in the UK. Woo, go me. Yeah, you should know the answers. Anyways,
isn't that a bad part of town?
Isn't that a bad part?
Well, I'm just saying that. I mean, that's kind of how he plays it out,
right? That he's from a bad part of town. All right, our match has started between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. This is for a last man standing match.
It is a last man standing match. It's for a Money in the Bank ladder match. The winner of this goes on.
That they had already done that.
No.
Oh. Why did I think that they had already made that decision?
I have no idea. Just like Liv Morgan was supposed to be on the team already. And she's not.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, what the fuck? Why? Robbie says LL's still been good. He's loving the NBA stuff. Walter's like, Wade Barrett was in Nexus and commenting NXT Tuesday. Raleigh says Wade Barrett is a commentator on NXT. No, it's nice where I live in countryside lakes and stuff.
Nice.
Robbie says, Travis, you sounded like a pirate just then.
Probably.
Then he hears like...
Arr. I got a pirate ship firework.
Then he hears this, just randomly found out that Marty Jannetty is from Georgia. I always thought he was Canadian. Does he apologize a lot? And he says, I'm just kidding. I'm teasing.
Old Marty Jannetty.
Walter's like, Raw, I'm afraid I have some bad... Ravi, I'm afraid I have some bad news, Wade Barrett. So he says, before the WWE Network was a thing, I missed most of their pay-per-views. And when the network came around, I became happy with watching every pay-per-view.
Right? Because it was only $10.
Yeah. He didn't have to spend $80 on certain ones.
On like WrestleMania. WrestleMania was like $75. That was 7.5 months of the network.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. And it's still kind of the same with how they put it on Peacock. I mean, they haven't screwed you over by making you have to pay for pay-per-views.
Yeah, now you can get
like
it for $5.
Like, you know,
ESPN.
how you have subscriptions to some of them and you pay this a month, but you have to pay extra for the pay-per-views.
ESPN.
Mm-hmm. Sophie says, I think I missed one episode of SmackDown or Raw over the years since I started watching wrestling full-time about 20 years ago.
There you go. Loyal.
I've only been loyal the last 2 years. For the most part. Because I'm here.
Kevin Owens going up top. Sami Zayn catches him. Slams him right through the table, but the table didn't break.
He slammed him onto the table and the whatchamacallit on the table and hurt him. Sami Zayn is now taking a break.
McAfee, the table did not bounce.
the table didn't bounce? Is that what he said?
Budge.
Oh, budge. I'm like,
Yeah.
he literally said that. It's funny. Vindicator said this last beard standing and never getting shaved match will probably last another 25 minutes without any legit resolution. These two will possibly wrestle twice in one night, Money in the Bank.
Right.
Maybe. Alright, here is another trivia question for you. What former Tough Enough contestant defeated Randy Orton for the WWE Championship in 2010 on Raw? What former Tough Enough contestant defeated Randy Orton for the WWE Championship in 2010 on Raw? Raleigh says we're so lucky we have C Network in UK. Still I've watched since 1993. I'm old, haha.
That's great.
Alita says
that was a good time to start too, by the way.
Right?
That was a whole different generation back then.
That's crazy. Alita says we still have at least 3 wrestling training schools here. That's pretty neat too. Walter says, geez, through the table, ouch, KO. Vindicator says, have both the team in another single match. Sophie says, when the WWE Network was by itself, there are fans that subscribe to it from Royal Rumble to Mania, then unsubscribe their night after Mania.
Exactly. You still get it for a month, though.
Right.
Like when I canceled, they're like, well, glad you canceled, but you already paid, so we're going to give it to you for the rest of the month. They don't prorate it back to you. It costs 33 cents if you did that. If they prorate it, like, here's your money back.
Right.
WrestleMania costs you 33 cents.
No! No! Sophie says, at least with Peacock, you can watch other series besides WWE. Yes. Like, there's a lot more to it, right? Because they have a whole bunch of stuff on there. So, I mean, yeah, it's nice, but, you know, it's still weird. Sophie said, before the WWE Network was a thing, there was talk of them being a WWE channel. Yes, and of course, it would be a channel that you would have to, like, get a higher package in your cable or satellite or whatever, right?
Yep.
So you'd have to get a higher package to get that channel because it's a special channel. But you would still have to pay for the pay-per-views. So not only are you paying extra to have it in your channels to watch, you would also have to have it that high, right?
Yep.
So.
And those pay-per-views were like $45 a piece, and then they had like $60 ones 4 times a year about.
Right.
Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam.
And we're back with SmackDown here.
The Thanksgiving
we're watching
one.
A last man standing
Survivor
match
Series.
between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Fantastic match.
And the answer to the trivia question was The Miz. If you guessed The Miz, you got it right.
I knew who that one was.
So if you guessed that, you got it correct.
No,
good job. Congratulations.
Charles Robinson has to know how to count to 10. That's why he's the referee of this one, because that's the only way you can win. The referee has to count to 10.
Ah.
And so there's a lot of referees they wouldn't be able to do this with.
I know, because they can't count. But this guy seems to know what he's doing.
Yeah, Charles Robinson.
Yeah.
He's been doing this for years, so he's probably counted to 10. I feel like if you're on your knees, that's the same as standing up.
Sophie says, with Peacock now, the fans that do the whole subscribing for 3 months can't do that now.
Right.
Yeah. Raleigh says, you nearly got 1,000 subscribers. Cool. Hopefully you get 1,000 soon, right?
I would like to see that.
Then here says, Owens using that noggin as a weapon just reminded me how abnormally large it is. And he's actually a very smart guy and a cool father.
Yeah, he does seem like a good dad.
Sophie says, for the past 6 years, they were giving the WWE Network away for free. Yeah.
Yeah, for like the first month. They
Yeah.
quit doing that a while back, but... It always made me wonder if they went by card number, or if you could just change your email every month.
Right.
And
Yeah.
use the same card. Because you have to have a card to register. And if they track that card number or if they just track the
I
email
never tried.
address. I didn't either. I never even got a free month. I paid the first day. Pretty sure that free month stuff didn't start till after they are already going.
Yeah.
I was so excited to sign up that it didn't matter.
Walter's is leaving us. He said, okay, bye guys. See you Monday for Raw. All right, Walter. You have a good, safe 4th of July weekend. Happy 4th. Be safe out there. Have fun, though. Do have fun. Riley says, is Charles Robinson the ref birthday today? Saw it on Twitter. He been ref for ages, hasn't he?
Yes, oh yeah.
Good ref.
WCW days.
Sophie says, why has there been talks of the WWE selling to someone else? Because a lot of the let-goes, they're like downsizing a lot, and they're kind of cutting. They're like shaving down, thinning out. And usually when companies do that, especially in the U.S., I don't know how it works in other countries, but you're in Florida, so you know. But when companies start doing that, it usually means they're trying to sell. Like, they're just trying to make it more attractive, that it doesn't cost that much to run it.
Look at this. Double
tables.
tables.
Kevin Owens is going to throw Sami Zayn.
Oh no,
or try
Kevin
to throw
Owens is going through that.
Double tables. This is terrifying.
Oh no, he's going to go.
He's like, holding on. He's like, no, I'm not going to do it. Sophie says, what are your thoughts about the WWE Network being on Peacock?
I'm okay with it. Doesn't bother me at all.
Um,
It's exactly the same price.
It's the same price, but
except for you can buy a year for $100.
Right.
So you actually save 2 months worth.
Right.
So you save $20.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do with the WWE Network. I was like, why don't they have a year discount? I'd have bought it in a heartbeat. I almost bought a gift card for a year. Glad I didn't.
Right, because you wouldn't have been able to use it. And would they have, given you your money back?
Possibly.
You know what I mean?
Buy
Nobody has gone through the tables. Raleigh says Lana's first phone call after she got released was to Natalya, and Mandy Rose must have been close with Natty. Oh yeah, they do a lot of that diva stuff together. So I mean, they're kind of a lot of those girls when they do those kind of shows together kind of get a little bit closer as friends.
Right. Free mode.
Or they get closer as enemies, one or the other. Vindicator says stacking 2 tables on top of each other should be exciting enough for McAfee to jump up and revisit using Michael as a love seat. Disappointing it did not happen. I guess Cole finally became a man.
Cole's probably like, dude, don't sit on me on national television. It's embarrassing. Vince in the back. That was fantastic. Do it again.
Right.
You don't respect me as a person.
You don't respect me as a person.
Michael, quit acting like a woman.
Sophie says if they do sell the company, who would buy it?
Disney.
It would have to be a big company, like a big, network.
NBC would be a nice one. I'd like to see NBC buy it. If anybody's going to buy it. NBC. Because then, first of all, NBC would own it. And then they would have to pay for it to be on their damn networks.
Right.
Peacock and USA are owned by NBC.
Right.
And they could go head to head with Fox. If Fox ever wanted to do it. But Fox could also buy it. I feel like Fox would probably screw it up. Look at that. Suplex off the top.
Oh, I hurt his arm that's hurt. Leaders like that would have loved. Sophie says before COVID, there were talks of them selling the WWE Network to another streaming service like Netflix, Amazon, Peacock, ESPN streaming service.
Wouldn't that be awesome in a way if Netflix bought it?
Bought the WWE Network?
That would just be crazy.
Or bought WWE itself.
Yeah.
Because they would put all the stuff that they've literally taken out. So Peacock literally has deleted, removed a lot of things that they feel are inappropriate, which I think is wrong of them. Their cancel culture is going way too far. And it's just kind of silly.
They want to subtract from history, and that's not how you do it. You teach history and say, please don't do this again. Yeah. But instead, they want to delete it so nobody sees it. Therefore, it never happened, I guess. Is their thoughts. But that's not how it works.
Yeah. If you delete history, you're doomed to repeat it. If you don't learn from it, then, there's a problem. And that's what's happening. And it's just dumb. But beside the point. Raleigh says, this is quite long match. Who do you think gonna win, Travis Talitha, KO or Sammy?
I would assume that Kevin Owens would win, but I don't feel like they're pushing Kevin Owens, so I'd like to see Sammy win.
And Kevin Owens did go through both tables.
Yeah.
He finally
Kevin Owens just went through both tables. Now there's 2, 3. Now Sami Zayn's down too, but he's down also.
Yeah, but the ref isn't paying attention.
Right, but that doesn't mean anything, maybe? This
I
could be the loophole. It could be a draw.
But shouldn't he be watching him too?
Oh, he's on his feet. Okay, both of them got up at 9.
Sammy is
beside himself.
Completely beside himself. He has no idea how to think or do, and we're at commercial.
Okay, straight to commercial break. They didn't even segue us into it.
Right? As Alita says, that means I would have to get Netflix. Vindicator says Bezos would probably buy it, and maybe Branson, but he is going to space next week.
Right. But Bezos doesn't own Amazon anymore. Didn't he sell it?
No, not that I know of.
I'm pretty sure he stepped down as CEO.
Did he? Huh.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's basically
done.
He's going to own the shares, but I don't think he runs the company at all anymore.
Fleur de Lis in the chat. Come on, Sammy, do it. Do it for our country. Do it for Canada. Sophie says, if NBC does buy the WWE, how will that affect their deal with Fox? They would have to figure something out for after the fact. I mean, they hold the contract for so long, they would just pay a different person, is all. Vindicator says, Crash Owens Crash. He is always landing hard into something ever since 2017. And Joey Owens is like my back. And Sophie's like, remember Peacock wasn't on Amazon stuff until last week. Huh. Wow. That's weird. I wonder why he did that.
Why would you stick around if you own most of it? Just let somebody else do it and you go live life. Yeah. I think he got a divorce in there. Like, he's just going a different way with his life.
Right.
Yeah, that would also be interesting. Amazon Prime to watch wrestling or something.
Yeah, but I think they would pull the same crap as other places.
And make you pay for the pay-per-view.
Make you pay for the pay-per-views. Like, I think they would do that because they have stuff that's included with your Prime membership, but they also have stuff that you have to buy. You have to rent.
How about it's just free on Amazon, and Prime members get the pay-per-views for free? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And then that way there would be way more people on Amazon because they'd have to watch with their Amazon account.
Right. Alita's like, it's going to be a draw. Well, not
That's
so
what
far.
I was thinking too. I seen that coming. I was like, there it is. Both of them are going to go to the ladder match.
As Sophie says, remember Peacock wasn't on Amazon stuff until last week. Yeah, you had to, like, do it in a weird way or something if you wanted it on your devices, right? You had to, like, go through a weird way of installing it.
So, Peacock is now available on their Fire stuff?
That's what they're saying.
That, that's cool. I had to literally upload, like, an APK to bring it in to put into my tablet.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have anyways because now my Fire tablets are just like an Android tablet. So it went from a $150 tablet, $200 tablet, whatever, to a $500 tablet by the APK. So
nice. So anyway, it's a good thing that you have to
because
do it,
now I've got the Google App Store on it.
Right.
And it's the same software. It's just they didn't have it available.
Right. Because they're angry.
And now it's available for me. So
Sophie says the WWE Network was doing good on its own before it got sold to Peacock.
Don't do that at home. It's illegal.
Yeah. So they were, but they weren't. So they were actually losing a lot of subscribers. But a lot of it had to do with the Thunderdome stuff. So, like, ever since the pandemic happened, they've lost, like, so they were losing subscribers, like, before that year. And so they weren't gaining subscribers. And so that was kind of why they were looking to, like, sell it.
Yeah,
because they weren't making money off of it. And they didn't want to raise their prices. Like, that was their big thing. Like, we don't want to raise our prices. And we're losing people, so we're not really making money. So in order to make the money, they sold it.
For $1 billion, which seems like a bargain to me. Because I feel like... I feel like just the history alone has got to be worth that. Mm-hmm. Not the ongoing pay-per-views, not all that stuff. Just the history alone.
Yeah.
You could wrap that stuff up in packages and sell it. You know? Like, I used to go to the video rental store and watch old pay-per-views all the time when I was a kid.
Mm.
It's that stuff, right? You'd have access to WrestleMania 3 or 17 or whatever your favorite is.
Yeah, I don't know. We're back, though, from that break that we had for that commercial. We're back with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a last man standing match. And this is, of course, for a qualifying match for Money in the Bank.
Kevin Owens can't even lift that arm up.
Nope. Raleigh says, not sure if you saw, hope Mercedes Martinez okay after getting knocked out.
Yeah, she's obviously got a concussion. She's going to be out for a while.
Yeah, until she can be
I'm assuming she's not dead, or we'd have heard about it, so I think she'll be okay.
And Rebel is okay after dislocating her kneecap on Dynamite. Hope they're both okay.
Oh, shit.
Unlucky injuries this week in wrestling. We haven't really seen a lot of the wrestling news, so I didn't know that Rebel had dislocated her kneecap.
She got hurt.
Ouch. Well, she had that bad leg there for a while, and that's why she had that crutch. And it wasn't
that
just a gimmick.
patella tendon like that, ouch.
Yeah.
That's a surgery in itself.
Alita says, that would be cool. I have a membership to Amazon. Sophie says, Peacock went to Roku before going to Amazon stuff. Yeah, it was like out there for everybody, but it wasn't on Amazon things for a while. They have to like redo their contracting. They probably have to make deals with them to have it available.
Right.
Sophie says there are a lot of mixed reviews about the WWE Network on Peacock. Yes, and a lot of it is because on the WWE Network everybody got to watch it at the same time, right? But on Peacock, it's different. Like, some people are ahead by 30 seconds.
Right, when I have it on my Roku...
2 minutes, some people are behind. When
I have it on my Roku, I'm literally behind 25 seconds from my tablet.
Yeah. Yeah, and our tablets are behind from if we did it, like, on our phones or something. Or it was weird. It was like, are you kidding me? And you can only have Peacock on so many, like, devices.
3 streaming at the same time.
And WWE Network had more devices that you could stream at a time.
Oh, big halula kick. That might be it. Count, Charles.
He might be out. He looks like he's just out. He's done. He's crying and in the inside.
He's already up to 4.
We have Danny Barron in the chat. Hey, Danny Barron says, hey, Wrestling Gap. Rumors have it a big-time star return tonight. Ooh, was it Edge? Oh, just kidding. And Gab, do you think Sammy needs a bodyguard, maybe a Bronson Reed?
That would be pretty funny. Oh, Kevin Owens
rolled
out onto
his feet. And he can do that. Alita says, I'm not going to name the app, but you can there. There you go, right? Sophie says, before Peacock went on Amazon Fire Stick, I had it load up to my PS5. Right. I mean, and that's other places that people can do it through, right? Or smart TVs, sometimes you could do it. Vindicator says, weird how Zayn looked like he peed on himself, needs a better wardrobe stylist.
Right.
His saddle that he has on the inside, like he's going to be riding horses a lot.
He might have just got knocked out. Kevin Owens just hit him as he was flying through.
But is he out? I mean, like, he's like, okay, so he has to get up.
It's like the slowest count in the history of counting.
Well, he had to, because he had to get up. And
pop up, powerbomb, that might do it, guys.
Ooh. We have Roberto in the chat. Hey, Roberto says, hello, happy SmackDown Friday. Yes. And as Alita says, Sammy just knocked himself out. And then he got powerbombed by KO. It's all happening so fast.
And now he's going to get stunnered if he tries to get up. Here it goes. Stunner.
Ooh.
He ain't getting up from that.
He just has to roll out he just has to pull a KO.
Well, it's
He's
over.
like, no, I'm awake. Don't hurt me. Sorry. Ugh, it's just so weird.
He hit him with both of his last finishers.
Right?
And he's still up.
It's just karma. Oh,
right
the table finally broke this time. The announce table, by the way. And he's still picking him up. What
now through the table. Obviously, Sammy's done, guys.
There's no... Oh, he's like, my pants are falling off.
Oh, picked him up by his beard.
My pants are falling off. My pants are falling off.
He's losing his britches.
He's losing his britches.
He's going to have to apologize to him.
His pants are falling off.
Oh, lower back.
He's like, God damn it, my pants are falling off, dude. It's like, your underwear's still there. You're fine.
It's over, guys. There's no way Sammy gets up.
Your butt crack is not showing.
Sammy does not get up. 7, 8. He's not even trying to get up.
9.
He didn't even try to get up. Kevin Owens.
Karma, bitch.
That's how they got where they're at. It's just karma, he said.
Just karma. Robbie says, Mama say, knock you out. And Sammy well and truly knocked out. And we have Brandon in the chat. Hey, Brandon. And says, Alita says, blue undies. Yes, he's got his blue undies on tonight. Riley says, how do you get up after a stunner and pump up power bomb? Is that it? Woohoo. KO wins.
He power bombed him a couple more times.
KO does get a spot in Money in the Bank. So does that mean that Sammy's not in it now?
Yeah, I guess.
It does. He's not there anymore.
Right.
Because he was supposed to be in it.
We're still waiting for those other 2 members of SmackDown.
That's so weird.
Raw's like, let's just fill it up real quick.
Yeah, very strange. Sophie says, do you think once both their TV contracts expire that they will stream both Raw and SmackDown only on Peacock?
No, never. Unless NBC buys it. I mean, they'll have to pay. Each one of those are worth like $3 billion or $2 billion each show.
Right.
And so they're not going to put it on Peacock for free.
It does seem suspicious. He's like, you've been here for what, 3 weeks? But you know, right? You know that I'm walking into a trap out there, right?
Right.
She's like, it does seem suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Alita says, Fiend. Yeah, where is he? Where is Matthew from Alabama? Brandon says, how y'all liking the heat? Oh, you know, fantastic. And by the way, Brandon, I saw you out at the powwow, but you didn't see me, but I saw you.
She's stalking you.
But I was leaving and you were coming in. And you were just minding your own business. But I was like, oh, look, it's
Were you
Brandon.
buying fireworks?
But I didn't say anything because I was busy. Robbie says, Edge thinking he's 20 years younger. Is he? Does he? Jordan Williams is in the chat. Hey, Jordan Williams, how's it going? Says, hey, guys. Hello. So, we did finally get our first Hurricane Marie or something of the season, of the 2021 season.
Did we?
Yeah, it's happening. It's out there by, like, Jamaica.
Watch out. There's
like
a hurricane coming through.
Not that guy. Like a real one.
He's a real hurricane.
Like a real hurricane, not a...
He beat The Rock. He's a
superhero
real hurricane.
Vindicator says, break time back in 40 minutes. Oh, yay.
40 minutes. I don't know if we'll be here in 40 minutes.
Come on. We aren't going to be here in 40 minutes.
I guess
You're going to come back the last 2 minutes. You know this match isn't going to last very long, right? Like, the match we just saw was probably the longest match they've had in forever. So, they're not going to have a very long one. And at first, you have Sonya Deville out there in her outfit happening. She doesn't quite look like Men in Black this time around, so that's good. Alita says he's on drugs, that's why. Yes. Right. Alita's like, yes, we did. Brandon says, I knew I saw your blazer. And yes, buying fireworks because I'm doing mine tomorrow because I work Sunday. A double.
Nice.
A double. You should be getting, like, you know...
Holiday pay?
Not just a double time. Are you getting double time for it? Sophie says you still could order pay-per-views like you did before the WWE Network. Yeah, but I mean, that's a lot of money, right? So you have to like decide which ones you're going to watch. You'd only watch like the main big ones anymore. You wouldn't buy any of the other ones. You'd be like, yeah, fuck it. Riley's like, no one needs to watch Edge in the main event. Oh, right. Ugh. Nobody. Sophie says my mom's dream is for the WWE to get off cable TV so we could get rid of cable.
That's hilarious, actually. Not kidding.
Raleigh says Ricochet's dive onto John Morrison was amazing on Raw. Do you agree? Ricochet is so good, isn't he?
He is fantastic.
Sonya Deville is wrestling again soon. She's starting to work out and everything like that, so yeah. Brandon says, I am. And Alita says, I had fireworks going in my neighborhood. I've had fireworks going in my neighborhood since Memorial Day. At least they're just fireworks and not gunshots. Brandon says, but I bought mostly mortars and rockets. Haha. You have to get stuff for the kids too. Like I bought some sparklers.
Make sure you put earplugs on those kids. When those mortars come out of the tube, it's like boom and then boom.
Yeah.
Like, they make a boom when they go off.
They do. I need to remind Ayla of that, too, when they decide to come on Sunday. That they need to do that. Rob's like, D low-key looking forward to her boil in the main event. My boil.
Her boy, maybe?
No, it says boil. You know what? He is kind of like a big fat boil on somebody's ass. Like, I mean,
it's
really
a boil
is,
and ingrown hair.
Basically, yeah. It's like a hair follicle that's gone bonkers. Like, I mean, major bonkers. Like, it's like an oversized zit. Like, literally. Right. So, basically, Edge is an oversized zit.
Is that Ravi?
It's Ravi. He says boy, but it looks like boil because it's two eyes. And from my distance away from the computer, it looks like an IL. And it looks funnier and sounds funnier that he's a boil. So I'm going to stick with boil, not boy. Alita says those are coming too. Exactly right, Alita, so be safe. Brandon says, I will, and I bought them tanks and the chicken poop fireworks.
Oh, I love the tanks. I almost died from the tanks once.
Oh my god, I should have got tanks. I forgot that you're like a child.
Like,
they had a whole bucket of tanks.
Really?
Yes, this just tanks. I should have got a whole bunch of them. They're only like $2 or something. Raleigh says, because they need more women on the show, only have a couple on SmackDown. Naomi, Liv, Carmella, Bayley, Sasha, Bianca. That's it. I think you got it. You got them right. Sophie says, Have you noticed never ever since SmackDown went to Fox, they ended their show 5 minutes before 10? Not always. Not always. Sometimes they actually go all the way to 10. But very rarely do they go over 10.
What are we talking about? SmackDown?
Yes.
It ends 2 minutes early.
Yeah. I mean, not always.
It's weird.
Sometimes it hasn't. Sometimes they've gone up to, like, the actual, like, 30 seconds before, but yeah. Alita says, have to put Rhea slang in your dictionary. I was like, D, you are too funny. I know, right? Sophie's like, D, you sound like Jenny McCarthy. Making out my jokes about boils on their butts. Brandon says, how the hell did you almost kill yourself with tanks? Haha. I love to do tank battles. That's probably
He's
how.
totally teasing him. Hopefully Corbin turns around and punches him in the face.
Boogs. That he was teasing him about his car?
Are you not listening?
No, I was reading Brandon's comment.
You're going to feel better after your night in a king-size bed. We're eating king chicken. Chinese food.
Ooh, ouch. That was a really harsh comeback.
Ooh.
Ooh, burn. It's my favorite line from the movie.
Burn.
Ooh, burn. Anyways, Brandon says, how the hell did you almost kill yourself with tanks? Haha, I love to do tank battles.
So we did that. We were doing a tank battle, and they were done, and so it was just on fire, so we dumped a can of gasoline on it.
There you go.
And it came up the gasoline can and just ignited the whole gasoline can on fire.
It's Zelina Vega! There's your surprise
Zelina Vega!
So, she's out there introducing Zelina Vega. So we now know that Zelina Vega is definitely on WWE. She's on SmackDown, huh?
Looking fantastic as normal.
They're like,
I'm so glad
we
she
brought
is
you a
back.
little tiny girl over here so she can fight with all the other little tiny girls.
She is tiny.
She's so tiny. She barely is taller than that, even with stuff on.
She can stand on a nickel and piss on a dime.
Probably. There you go. Robbie says, D, you're more funnier than Crossrock. Yeah, no, probably not. Raleigh says, he called Baron Corbin again, now not King Corbin. They changed his name back. Did you see? Yes, Raleigh, it's because he's not king anymore because Nakamura won the kingship from him. Literally. Robbie's
I
laughing.
know, it's nice to see me.
Of course. You're honored to announce it. Sophie says, look who's back. It's Zelina Vega, Chris says. Or Robbie's like, Zelina back
Her
once
roots
again,
are growing
like
back
the
in.
Renegade Master.
Her roots are growing in.
Her red hair.
She must be a redhead.
She must be naturally a...
Why would you have your hair cut like that? That's so weird.
I have no idea. I have no idea, honey.
Is she going to be in the Money in the Bank? Well, of course she is, because they don't have any other athletes.
Exactly.
Or NXT.
Raleigh says, "What? Cool, Zelina Vega. That's cool. Is she gonna wrestle,
Look how
guys?
tiny
I
she
can't
is.
see. She is in wrestling gear. She is in wrestling gear, so she probably will be wrestling. But she's so tiny, and this is a perfect match for Liv Morgan. They're about as tiny together. Two little tiny children in the match.
Liv Morgan
They
might
look
be
like
bigger.
11-year-olds. No shit. Sonya Deville looks like a goddamn giant.
A huge
compared
woman.
to them. No shit. She
That's
looks
a
like
huge
fucking
bitch.
Giant. And Sonya Deville is tall, but
Look,
she's
it's
not that tall.
Sasquatch.
And I don't know if she's wearing...
Holy shit, it's a Yeti.
Holy shit, it's a Yeti. Worked really hard, huh? She is wearing flat boots, by the way. Holy shit. Oh my god, Liv Morgan's a little bit
That's
taller
what I
than
said.
Zelina.
Not a little
Oh
bit,
my
like
God.
a head.
Oh my, that's hilarious. Ravi Sonia doesn't have tall shoes on. She has flat boots on, actually.
Uh-huh.
That's hilarious. Brandon's like, in August, I'll have Tuesday through Fridays off. Wow, that's a lot of days off.
Who said that?
Brandon.
Moving forward?
In August, he'll
Oh.
have Tuesday through Fridays off. Chris says, Lena and Eva Marie Ultimate Hill Team. Randy says, OMG, is Black backstage wrestling gap? Possibly, but probably not.
Oh, big
she slapped her
slap.
ass. Not her ass, her face. That's not really her ass, but it could be. I want that, please.
I thought she already
you
earned it
tell
last
her.
week. I need to go watch last week's.
I thought she earned it too. But they took her off the thing. Remember, she wasn't there.
And now she has an opportunity to earn her spot tonight.
Again.
Now remember, it says that. So let's see if it happens.
Jesus. Like, that's just weird. Jeez. Randy Sam's like, Black is coming back and can win the Money in the Bank app? No, I doubt it. I don't think Black is coming back. Black has other plans that I
Why
know
not? I don't want to say no. Absolutely, I'd love it.
of, right? I mean, yeah, sure.
I don't know if he'd win Money in the Bank. I don't think they'll put a title on him after they just released him, but they'll definitely bring him back. They're bringing his wife back.
Right? But she was, kind of in the, whatchamacallit, what is that? The Performance Center stuff for a while again. Chris says, or NXT, oh shit, here comes Liv. Sophie says, with Zelina Vega back, all the AEW fans must be heartbroken that she won't show up on AEW with her husband. I don't think Black is going to AEW either, so I don't know. Robbie's like, Liv gonna get cooked again. Randy Sam says we need personality back in wrestling.
Yes.
Raleigh says Lena Vega is about 5'5", so Deville is quite tall, 5'9" or 10. I'm guessing. I don't think Zelina Vega is 5'5".
nowhere
I think she
near
might be 5'2".
If she's 5 foot, I will do 10 jumping jacks.
Because the ring ropes are only 4 foot tall, right? 4 foot.
Yeah.
They're only 4 foot, and she's not that much taller than those. And I was surprised that Liv was taller than her. I thought Liv was just as short. So, Randy Sam's laughing. Brandon says, haha, so this match is Lita and Trish with Chyna as the ref.
Liv Morgan's 5'4".
Yeah. So you know that Zelina's only like 4'12" or 5 foot at the most. Chris Akani says, now live sex celebration. Ew, Chris, gross. Sophie's like, with Zelina Vega back, what are the chances that her husband will be back in the company?
They're saying 5'1", but I doubt she's even that
There's
tall.
no fucking way she's 5'1". There's no way that she's only 3 inches shorter than Liv. She looked like she was at least 5 inches
And they all had
shorter.
flats on.
Yeah, they did. And I guess maybe Liv's shoes could have been a little bit taller.
Thicker
but
soles.
flat, but thicker soles.
We're going to find out because we're going to see the match next.
Right. But Sonya Deville was wearing flat heels. There was nothing. Robbie's like, I was being sarcastic. No, you weren't. You're being totally serious. Don't even lie. Alita's like, I feel good with the small ladies. Yeah, do you feel good with the small ladies? It's a more even match, right? Because they're both tiny, so it makes sense. Brandon's like, Saturday through Monday, I work doubles. Ugh.
What
that sounds disgusting.
I mean, I guess. Just get it over with. Why not? 3 days.
Ravi says being tall is overrated. Is it? Is it because you're only 4'12"? Is that right? Like 5 foot? You're only... Or 4'11" and 3/4. You're not quite 5 foot. Is that why it's being overrated if you're tall? Raleigh says, I thought Liv got a place last week in Money in the Bank. Exactly, right? Travis and I were thinking the same thing.
I'll go watch it after the show.
Win this one, return, Shine's not going to lose. And then they're going to make Liv try to get another spot. Like, she's going to have to win it again. Because, according to that, Carmella isn't even in it either. Because they both had to, like, try again.
Carmella was just in it. She's already in it.
Well, that was the thing, though. Because it was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they already had started it.
Well, yeah, they're going to start that in the middle.
They literally started it. We didn't even get to see. And that's really...
Look at Zelina Vega's picture.
She has some weird headdress
like
thing on. It's like, hello.
Aztecian headdress.
Alita says the Tomorrow War was good. Oh, great. Sophie
Oh,
says,
shit.
I thought Zelina Vega was banned from coming back to the WWE. Nope, they worked out whatever contract
She's
issues
right
they
here.
had.
It's really hard to piss Vince off. It really is. Like, you have to do some really bad stuff for him to say, you know what? I'm not bringing him back.
Right. Alita says, do you jump in
There's
jacks?
Carmella.
Vindicator says, I'm back early only because I want to see it bad enough. I want to see those 6 jumping jacks, Big Travis. So, Vindicator, you should be back because it's Liv Morgan and Zelina Vega.
Yes.
Carmella's in the back, but they just showed her a little bit, so they're not going to keep showing her. They're going to show what's happening. So, there you go.
Yeah, they can't even set up a feud because they need all the women in the Money in the Bank match.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny, they can't even have a women's SmackDown match that doesn't involve a title.
Raleigh's like, sorry guys, Lena's 5'1", just checked. I don't think she's 5'1".
I don't
That's
think
a
she's
lie.
that tall, but
Totally a lie.
it's the booking height, right?
I don't think that...
Like Brock Lesnar, 6'4".
Yeah, Liv doesn't have that big a, like platform on. They're about the same as Zelina's. So, I could see her being 5'4", but there's no way Zelina is 5'1".
Right.
There's no damn way. No way. Robbie says, nothing wrong with being short. I should know. Grant T is in the chat saying Zelina's back.
Uh-oh,
Yes.
2-Ed! Oh,
I'm 5'.
She got caught cheating. Liv's going to win this.
Liv's gonna
Look at
cheat.
Liv's cheating.
So, the ref didn't catch her cheating, but she did. So, Liv did it by cheating the same way that Zelina tried to win, but she got caught cheating.
Liv Morgan cheating to win.
Ooh.
Watery tart.
That watery tot. So now she still hasn't gotten a spot? So this wasn't for a spot?
She said it was. I said make sure you saw that because they said that.
So I guess now she is with them. And they're
Right.
not happy about it. They're like, we don't want her on there. Riley says, Liv is 5'3". I thought Liv was taller. She's both small. Robbie's like, I'm 5'3" to 5'4". You know, depending on the day, right? In case you stand up straight or not. Sophie says, I wonder what type of contract Zelina Vega got for returning to the WWE after she got released in November.
I have no idea. I'm sure it was probably the same.
Yeah. Do you like his pants?
I love his
Do
pants.
you want his pants? They're
They
very
look like
shiny.
something that Rey Mysterio would wear.
They're very shiny and flowery.
Except for there's not a diaper on them.
Oh, he is not happy. He's trying to be like happy.
He
but
wants Roman Reigns.
He does. Vindicator's like, it's funny how Liv and that job are almost dressed alike. Sophie says, with Zelina Vega return, there is a chance that Braun could come back.
Edge, Seth Rollins, SummerSlam.
Oh.
They're building it right now. He did all that shit 10 years ago.
Yeah, doesn't he have to reprove himself as a legitimate wrestler again because he's been broken for 10 years? Sophie says, was Zelina Vega return? There's a chance that Braun could come back. Maybe. Ravi says, D rocking the sleeveless top on showing her guns. Oh, yeah, totally. It's so hot, guys. You gotta give me a break.
She was out trying to bag a classy dude today.
He's trying to bag me a classy broad to bring home to clean her house. Just kidding. Vindicator's like, you're right, Dalitha. I love following the orders on Liv's butt and watching her beat up on washed up jobbers, right? Because her butt says, watch me. So you just have to watch your ass. That's it. Chris says, Liv wins, baby. Brandon says, I hope that Ruby Riott goes to AEW or ROH. What is it with Seth laughing at? Just
Who's the Messiah? Things. Leave him alone.
He just laughs at the most odd times and weird things sometimes. Like he's crazy.
Alpha Academy time.
I'm pretty sure he cray. We have Janelle Jackson in the chat. Hey,
Janelle
says,
thank you for joining us.
Back, Alistair Black's wife put her money in the bank and not Liv. Just put Liv Morgan and money in the bank. She's already improved herself.
Yeah, put her in there.
Oh, God, it's weirdo. I don't even know this man. Who is this guy? What in the world? He's got a brand new look and a badass attitude. I don't think so, but that's just weird. That is so weird.
He's just missing Eva Marie tonight.
Oh, God. So bad. So bad. It's not very nice.
It's not nice.
You're not nice. Robbie says, Seth, did he get dressed in the dark or something? Maybe, you know.
Who knows? Who picks his clothes out?
He forgot his shiny pants, and he was like, I'll wear my shiny jacket.
I wonder if Becky's like, yeah. That'll work just great. Go out there.
That'll work for your weird-ass cray-cray character you got going on. As Alita's saying, Matthew, yoo-hoo, right? Where is the Fiend? Maybe Fiend Night took a night off. Sophie says, wasn't Zelina Vega one of the people that were talking about a wrestling union? Yes, she was.
Yeah, that's why she was.
That's why she was.
It's probably in her contract that she can't join a union.
You say that ever again, and you will be immediately blackballed completely. It's the dictator all over. It'll be this. Chris says now Rollins versus Edge SummerSlam. Always, right? So
yes.
What's going to happen. Gothflesh is in the chat saying Daniel Bryan got a mention. Right? Ravi says the Edge tax is heavy. Chris says here comes Otis Baby. And Vindicator's like, Otis looks scarier without hair. I wonder if Tucker would be the same. He looks scarier. Chris is like, Otis is new Vader, Otis, and Eva Marie, and Liv. Oh, God, Chris, you guys are terrible. Stop it. You guys are just awful people. It's awful. You guys are awful. Dewdrop is awesome in her own way.
You could put Dewdrop with Otis, and they could be called Heavy Machinery.
So mean.
What? That's, I mean, it's the same thing. It's Tucker. Mm-hmm. Tucker lost all his weight, so they cut him. They're like, yeah.
Dude, you have to be fat and big. Be heavy.
Otis, like, works out. He was getting skinny there for a while. I think he gave up on it. He's like, oh, yeah. Speaking of Otis, got his hat on.
I do have a shirt that is Body by Steak. Vindicator says, I'm okay with unions as long as they continue to upset the egomaniacal McBoss man. Unions ruin everything. Just saying.
Unions were a necessity for a while, though. Like, there were some evil bosses in the 1800s. Yes. But I think they're outdated, right? Yes. Like, they're a 100-year-old concept that probably should be not in existence anymore, but because there's laws. If there wasn't laws, but now there's laws, so you wouldn't really need unions. But there might be some people out there that like unions, so I'll shut my mouth.
Okay.
It's obviously
it's just whatever you like or don't like, and that's fine. I mean, I'm sure that unions work out for some people. I just think that they're an outdated concept too. Raleigh says, a lot of the women roster say Liv works so hard and deserves a push and to be on TV regularly. The Iconics said on their podcast, I do not like Eva Marie Bloom. She's so annoying. Yeah, and good. Because that's what you want.
You have to have somebody that you just hate. You have to have
that annoying person that you just fucking hate. And if you don't, then why would you bother?
Sami Zayn was that guy to me for like 5 years. I just hated him. Now it's
Right.
like, now I like him a little bit. Now I'm like, what the hell? Now who do I hate?
Because
Daniel
he's annoying.
Bryan's gone. And Sami Zayn's character's badass. So now I'm like,
And the only
I
reason
don't-
why it made him badass was that whole documentary thing.
uh-huh.
Like, that just was hilarious. Oh, God, do not do
Look
close-ups.
how pretty he is.
Oh, my God, why? Why
He
are
looks
they
like a
showing
bird-
his
he looks-
fucking cold sore?
He looks like a bird of prey with herpes.
He's
He's a bird of prey with herpes.
Oh my God, that close up was terrible. Please don't ever do that again. I never want to have to see that again.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what they're thinking. I don't get it. I don't understand it all.
I don't know how you take the happy-go-lucky fun character and turn it into this.
It's so gross.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't like it. I think Chad Gable is making him into something he's not.
And that's what, hopefully he'll change and beat up Chad Gable.
I think that's why the what's-their-faces were saying it. The Street Profits said it, right? I agree with them. Or I was like, should Shayna come back? Should Shane come back?
McMahon?
Are you talking about Shane McMahon? Is that who you're talking about? I don't know.
Yes. Always.
Sophie says, we know the Bella Twins are coming back soon since they want the women's tag team titles. Sure.
It's
Sophie
not
says,
the women's tag team titles aren't even impressive. You know what I mean? Like, there's no tag teams. They got rid of the Iconics. All it's going to be is two singles women. So to have the Bellas have it, then maybe it adds some sort of luster to
worth.
it. Yeah.
Sophie says, I thought the 24/7 championship was supposed to go across both brands when it first got introduced.
Oh, it was.
Yeah. Well, we know
But
how
they
that
just
happened.
put all the jobbers over on Raw and have them chase them around.
And Vindicator's
Poor
like,
Gulak. Drew Gulak isn't that bad. And they make him out to be just garbage. They're like, you want to be on TV? You have to be garbage. You have to be a jobber. But we'll pay you to train wrestlers. If you want to be on TV, though, you got to take L's.
Right.
So maybe in a few years, he'll earn his respect or something.
Vindicator's like, Otis, Piper, Nia, and Big E could form the hefty business since Vince pulled the umbilical cord on the Hurt Business.
Oh, my Lord.
Sure.
It's like a short King Kong Bundy. Oh, yeah.
Riley says, what's going on? What's disgusting? It is, I guess. He looks weird. Saw him on the bump. No beard. Weird. Yeah, well, he has a zit.
Otis still on his feet.
It could be herpes.
It's not herpes simplex 10.
It might be herpes simplex 10.
It's like probably an ingrown hair
underneath
when he
his
shaves that short.
Oh my God, it's not just that. He cut off his hair too now. His hair is gone. Oh my God. 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 It's so bad. I was like, Otis with that buzz cut and the way he's dressed looks like he should be sitting on the sofa eating pizza and drinking beers. Robbie's like, there is only one Shane D. Okay, so I don't know if you're talking about Shayna or if you're talking about Shane because you're putting a Y in there. Because that's how Shayna's name is spelled, but with an A on the end, and you have an E on the end. But Shane's name isn't spelled with a Y. So that's why I'm confused.
Maybe he's saying Shaney. Like
Shaney, maybe?
Shaney McMack.
Maybe. Sophie says, did you see the interview that Paul White said that him and Mark Henry lied about signing with AEW?
I did not.
No.
So, he's got 2 different color boots on.
Oh, he said, Sophie says, I meant that Paul White and Mark Henry lied to each other about signing with AEW. Oh.
That's pretty funny.
Riley says, I meant Otis' last comment.
Oh,
Chad
that's
Gable
it!
is great in the ring.
330. Seriously, Michael Cole, just use full sentences. 330 pounds, just crushing. Nobody wants to hear you talk like that.
Oh my God, just let Pat McAfee talk now if you can't talk right.
Oh, yeah. Poor Dawkins. Vince hates tag teams, by the way, if you guys don't know this. Otis, top guy. Maybe they're pushing him to be a top guy.
Maybe.
I'm okay with it. He can only go so far because Roman Reigns has the
Maybe
monopoly
he's
at
putting
the
in
top.
work. Maybe that's the point.
Look at this. Yeah. It's what Mandy saw every night when he's getting into bed.
God, seriously. So he's like, Drew Gulak was a free agent for a day before re-signing with the company a week later last year.
I remember that.
Robbie says O'Mac. Oh, okay, Shane O'Mac. Okay, it makes more sense now. So he's like, Otis is now Bam Bam Bigelow. Raleigh says, Sophie with the wrestling facts. Good stuff about Drew Gulak.
Oh, Gulak.
Oh, Paul Heyman's pacing.
Got 12 minutes left, basically. Main event, Jimmy Uso. So no more Jey Uso. Now it's just Jimmy.
Mm-hmm. Like, we don't want both of you. We just want one. Robbie says Cole could make opening a pack of chips sound interesting with his energy. Oh, the sarcasm is thick with this one. Your facetiousness is astounding.
How do you know he's being facetious? He could be honest.
Because of the
Like
laughy
that.
faces after it.
Michael Cole just made insurance sound great. 15 minutes can save you 15% or whatever
I don't
it was.
even listen to him. Sophie says Corey Graves did a good job when he was on both Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, absolutely. He's one of the best.
Alita's like, ooh, so we have Alex Radford in the chat.
Hey,
Says,
Alex.
Hey, Wrestling Gab. I think Braun is returning tonight to beat down Jey Uso. Roman or Heyman mentioned him on a promo last Friday. So that's why I guess. Because tonight they're going to be Big Star return tonight. I
We
think
just
that
got
was
it.
Zelina.
Zelina Vega's
sweetie.
back.
Zelina Vega is back. I think that's your that's your return.
Your A-lister, your main event.
Big Star return. Raleigh
Either that,
says OMG Bigelow.
Big Boss Man. Big Bubba, whatever they called him.
I don't know. Bam Bam.
No, Bam Bam Bigelow's a different guy.
Oh, different guy.
I'm talking about the Big Boss Man.
I don't know who that is.
He's from Cobb County, Georgia.
Cool. Greg Clary's in the chat saying,
Greg.
Hi guys. Hey Greg, how's it going? Sophie says, I thought the Woods Lashley match was a singles match. When did it change to a tag match for Raw?
They change everything on the
I
go.
didn't know it was a tag match
Yeah,
either.
remember on Monday they said, well, they just showed that, but they did say on Monday that it was going to be a one-on-one match.
Mm-hmm.
Woods coming back for his revenge after taking a week off.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to see Bobby Lashley get pinned?
Luna says, so I had my TV on mute because I thought I heard fireworks or something. And the closed caption says, Jimmy Warsaw, LOL. Those are fun.
That's pretty funny.
I have usually watch a lot of YouTube on silent, and so I usually have closed captions on if they have them. And sometimes I know who they're talking about because I recognize them, and the name or something that they put down below isn't what they probably said. And it's like, I don't know how they can get away with this because they hire people to do that stuff. And you have to go through like tests to do it. And if you're not good at it, you don't get the job. So it's kind of funny that they're like, oh no, it's totally fine that you don't know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. BLT Ranch chicken sandwich.
I thought about getting that one.
You should have just done it. Their meat there is usually pretty warm. Or you got a cold sandwich this time.
I didn't get a cold sandwich. I bought it before I went out to get fireworks. I was going to eat it while I was out there. And I was like, oh, I'll just get fireworks and eat it on the way back or something.
There it is. Wilder Fury. Saturday, July 24th.
Greg Cleary says, are they going to let Edge win?
Yes.
Sophie says, you guys should do a wrestling news podcast.
Right?
Greg says, Edge. Raleigh says, Bobby versus Jimmy Uso. Is it guys in the ring? No.
Look at that qualifying match. Next
Cesaro
Friday.
versus Seth Rollins next
Cesaro,
Friday.
Seth Rollins. Wow.
Damn.
Look at that qualifying match. King Corbin.
Nope.
No, King Nakamura
versus Baron
and
Corbin.
Baron Corbin. I'll get that by June next year. Kingsuke Nakamura.
King Shinsuke.
King Shay.
Let's see. Chris says, Hit Row versus the Bloodline. Sophie says, when will Jey Uso come back on TV? Have no idea. He hasn't been gone that long, but I don't think he was injured or anything.
Wouldn't be surprised if he's here tonight.
Raleigh says, never that they say the subtitles, weird words popping up doesn't make sense. Right? But here's like, do you think you could see a replica of Big Boss Man from Cobb County, Georgia, if you simply put the freshly squeezed aviators back on Travis? Oh, nice. Sophie says, I never watch anything with subtitles. My mom sometimes does. I don't watch it on TV. Usually it bothers me because I read and don't watch. But YouTube ones I usually will. Oh my God, you're so dumb.
No, you wouldn't
Alita
say that to
says,
the boss
Wilder,
man.
Sophie says, how did you and Joe the Best TV get together, and would you guys work together again for future streams?
We work together every pay-per-view. We do a prediction show.
Yeah. We do our predictions with Joe because it's just fun because he does a lot of the WWE, he does all the WWE pay-per-views too. And sometimes he will do the AEW pay-per-views just depending on his scheduling.
But yeah, we had a lot of fun, and he was a fan. He'd come in here all the time, and then I would go into his, and we got to talking, so we got on Instagram, and we just decided to do some stuff together.
Started collaborating.
He was just a good dude.
Stop. Collaborate.
I talked to him for an hour
listen.
before we go on our predictions, and then like a half hour afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So we hang out quite a bit on there.
I take it with Alita's comment about Wilder that she's a fan.
Oh, she likes Wilder? Huh.
Boo, Wilder. Boo.
I always go for the American, and he makes it really hard to go for the American.
Baby. Makes excuses about everything.
If he just wouldn't have made excuses, he just said, you know what, I got beat.
And then moved on with his life.
Not moved on. He could have still did what he did. He still could have got 3. But don't make excuses.
That's what I meant by move on, though. Oh, I got beat. I want to beat you next time. Let's do this. And then go through all the arbitration
it was a 2-fight
stuff
deal,
and everything,
yeah.
blah, 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 blah. Get it done. But instead he cried about it. It's so bad. I freaking can't stand him. I'm like, whiny ass bitch.
Just one of Roman's bitches. Not Wilder. Jimmy Uso.
Jimmy Uso is one of Roman's bitches. How exciting for him.
But yes, I want the title in America. I'm from America, and I like...
Tyson Fury is moving to America.
He bought a house, in Vegas. It's not,
How more American can you get?
Does not make you an American. Although the fight I was really looking forward to is Joshua Fury, and there's not an American in that fight. But
so, we're not having a match.
No, not yet.
We're just having a beatdown, and the show's pretty much over.
Yeah, we got about 4 minutes
so
left.
So, Edge is making a beatdown to Jimmy, and he is making a...
example
of him because Roman's not around. So, is Roman going to,
show up and spear him?
Show up and, you know... And
oh, big super kick right to Edge's face. Might have knocked out his meth teeth. He doesn't have meth teeth. They're dentures.
That's meth teeth. Just kidding. Just kidding. Robbie says Edge moving well for an OAP.
All right, Jimmy's got him in the ring. This is not a match. There is no referee in sight.
There's not a referee. They're just beating
Jimmy's
each other
got him
up.
in the mount, and he's just pounding on his forehead.
Alita's like, Edge got a trim. Sophie says, did your channel benefit from COVID?
No.
Not
I feel like it made it worse.
Vindicator says, loving apple pie makes you an American.
Yes, baseball and apple pie.
Yeah, Jesus. If you don't like fruit pies, there's something wrong with you. Just, I'm kidding.
Edge on top. Edge is like, anything you can do, I can do better. And by the way, Edge is better. He is a singles wrestler. A tag team wrestler doesn't stand a chance against him. Look at his eyes.
He's like, I'll make you.
He's tapping.
He's like, I'm tapping.
There's no referee.
Please let go of me. I can't do anything. Why'd you let go of him?
He doesn't want to hurt anybody. He's a face.
Is he a face? Is he?
Oh, he's kicked his hat. Just pure disrespect.
Him attacking him doesn't seem like a very face-like move. Don't they usually come down to the ring and cry all the time about stuff? Robbie says Edge defo a fraud still.
Spear! The spear!
He's totally a boil on somebody's butt. Alita's like, would love a peach pie. Peach pies.
She's from Georgia, too. I bet you
they're
peaches.
delicious down there.
Yeah.
Those are the things you want to go to each state and have. But you have to have it from somebody who, like, home makes it. Not a restaurant. You have to, like, go to somebody's grandma's house.
Yeah, somebody's grandma that's, like, 86. Give me some rhubarb. Is he going to cut him?
No.
Oh, he's going to put that in his mouth.
Yeah, he's going to rein him in.
Yeah. It's going to be the bit. Chomping at the bit.
He's going to rein him in with that bit. Everybody says, D, Edge defo a boil on your butt.
You know, that's
you know
like
what? He does not make my butt uncomfortable.
You know, that's like a $35 chair that he just broke.
That jerk.
Oh, that's got to hurt.
He's like, I can't get out of it.
Got all his teeth.
Alita's like, mine is 89. Perfect. Perfect. She makes peach pie, right?
Grandma Alita. Go make us some pie.
Alita's grandma needs to make us a pie. Luna says this is cringy. Because Edge is a boil on people's butts. And Ravi's butt in particular. He really likes Edge on his butt,
he
though.
finally broke it. That's it.
He's like, look, I'm done for tonight. Brah. Ew, is he okay? I think he's on drugs. That was fucking creepy.
Wow.
All right, well, so we had so much fun. Oh, yippee.
That was a great SmackDown. I enjoyed that one.
All right, yeah, lots of weirdness and comebacks, and Liv still trying to make sure she's getting money in the bank.
Don't call it a comeback.
Even though she was already supposed to. So weird. Anyway, Alita's like, yes. Oh, she does make great peach pie. Sweet. We gotta get down there before Alita's grandma isn't alive anymore and can't make peach pie. Luna is, anyway, I have to go now. Bye. Thank you, Luna, for stopping in and hanging out with us. Appreciate it. Vindicator says peach cobbler is the correct terminology. But on that note, I'm hungry. So I will see you guys on the day after the country you are broadcasting in was born. Be safe with those fireworks. Take care. I want to blow people's arms off. Just kidding. Ravi says, hello, D. You wanted to interview Edge on the Gap. No, I think it was you who wanted us to interview Edge on here. And now you're calling him a geriatric and a boil. My God, dude, seriously. Make up your mind if you like him or not. Alita says that method is coming down. Ravi says Travis knows good tunes. Golfleshy says bye-bye every pony. And yes, all that stuff. And I don't know if it's really considered peach cobbler. I'm pretty sure
Why would we argue?
it's peach pie.
It's just peach.
Cobblers are different, though. They really are different. They are different. Cobblers are not the same as pie.
Okay, we're not going to have this discussion.
I get it, but I'm telling you that they're different. And they always will be. All right, everybody. We thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight for SmackDown. Everybody have a safe holiday weekend. If you are in the States, please be safe out there. If you're driving anywhere, just make sure you watch your P's and Q's. And if you're drinking, don't drive. And if
you will definitely spill your beer
on fire, please make sure
that you have a fire extinguisher.
Not starting things on fire that cost lots and lots of money. That they're just fireworks that you're setting off. And be safe with all of those. Okay, everybody. Happy birthday to America.
Merca!
Merca!
Oh, I forgot my sunglasses.
Oh, damn it. And Everybody else out there who's from other countries, thank you again for hanging out with us. We really appreciate you guys getting up in the middle of the night or being up in the morning or whatever it is to hang out with us. We appreciate each and every one of you. Ciao. See you later.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci. Arrivederci.
Arrivederci. All right, everybody. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. We'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.